Welcome to Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's terms only, the investment I talk today will be Ethereum TKTH. It's my second posting today. Respect to recording time of 2:18 p.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum coin trade $4,279, up about close to 7% so far. As you can see clearly across the whole entire market, beside Algorand, obviously, right, it's down about 7% right now. The entire crypto and the equity market is relatively green today. Definitely a happy Friday, if you may. With respect to Ethereum, I would say in the last 6 hours so far, the news has been, more, I would say, active in the first half of the day, when the market opened all the way until noontime. But in the last couple hours so far, I would say, there isn't really anything substantive, that is any market changing or any influential type of news or anything that's actually worth mentioning. But let's just go through the chronological order, right? On Bazinga about 60 minutes ago, talk about Marathon Digital, bounced with Bitcoin, Ethereum. But will it be enough to sustain the trends? So with respect to the stock Mara, is obviously tied directly to the crypto market in terms of its momentum, in terms of the trades. Like if you compare, basically the price of Bitcoin on how it's trading historically, it basically is comparable to the way Mara has been trading, right? So it's just kind of like a secondary hedge if you don't want any commoditized type of investments in your portfolio. So this is just basically saying, are we still in the bearish state or are we in a bullish state? Which obviously we'll dive into technicals in a bit, right? And next news on Bazinga, another news on Bazinga. It seems like they're very active today per our technical analysis video early today. So 2 hours ago, talk about crypto whale just moved $109 million worth of Ethereum off the Binance. Again, just moving a wallet from one wallet to another wallet of a sizable amount, right? Again, whenever you are buying a new wallet or putting new money to a new wallet, that doesn't really do anything to your balance of your wallet, right? It's just transferring from one account to another. So I don't know why Bazinga constantly is posting something like this. It's a trivial thing, but it doesn't really do anything that is truly informative to investors like you and I, right? It seems like it's just like a clickbait or like a name drop type of media affectation. I don't know. Are they trying to drive some fear mongering? Are they trying to drive some FOMO because whales are shifting their accounts from one wallet to another wallet? I don't know their perspective, frankly, right? But it's not that informative for us to know this anyways. You know what I'm trying to say? The next one's on Bazinga again. Seems like all the news that's been popping up is from Bazinga. And this is a regurgitation news that we've already talked about this morning. With respect to Time Magazine, right? Obviously a very reputable publication company will be holding Ethereum on its balance sheets, right? Per our technical video that I posted earlier today, right? So this is a news that they have released yesterday night. And it seems like on the media front, they start getting picked up right now. So this is a stamp of approval from, a reputable company, Times Magazine, right? Obviously, more corporate companies are slowly adopting crypto assets. But in the article and their announcement, they specifically said only Ethereum, which is interesting to know that they believe it so strongly, putting the name and stamp of approval next to it. So that's something we appreciate, obviously. And then that's pretty much it on the news front. And I think with respect to the rebound that we're seeing across the entire market, I think my body's is kind of on a rebound as well. I don't know if this is medically or medicinally logical to do, but I actually took 2 DayQuils, which I am an adult and I weigh about like 178 pounds. I'm like about 6 feet tall. I think 2 DayQuil, and then I took 2 Advil, and I had some cough medicine at the same time. And I took some vitamins and some caffeine. Well, I didn't take caffeine pills. I took like coffee, which I drink all the time. But it seems like I'm doing better. Like like artificially try to pump myself back up to the normal cadence. Like I feel my energy level is a little bit better. But obviously you could still hear from my voice. I'm still kind of lethargic. I'm still kind of raspy in my voice. I definitely sound very different. I still kind of feel some sort of like a mask um, in front of my face, even though I don't have a mask on. But you know what I mean, right? I have like that type of filter type of feel that I'm currently experiencing right now. But anyways, enough about my health, I guess. So with respect to Ethereum right now, we're up about 7% right now. It seems like we're obviously reversing. You could see clearly on the RSI we were at the 36 before, like when we were selling off, and it seems like we're at the 40 right now. And we're slowly forming a curvature on the MACD front. So we have to watch out for to see how we're triangulating going forward, right? Like during the weekend, if there isn't like enough news or lack thereof news, we could potentially come just back down to below 4,000. Because right now we're basically contemplating, do we keep going up or are we going to still in the bearish pressure? Something that I worry is that we are forming a head and shoulder right now. So you can see a head right here. You see like a shoulder right here. So if we see some little bit of a peak and then sell back down, that's a head and shoulder pattern. That means 3,450, 3,150 are coming. Something we have to watch out for, right? So we don't know. I'm not a wizard. I do not predict the future, but we can only identify the risk tolerance level based on the current sentiment and technical, right? So you can see Bitcoin right now, we're below 58,000. So you could see that clearly we're basically matching with this little red candle that we've had before. So we are at the 41 out of 70, so it's not a terrible level to dollar cost average. I think ideally dollar cost somewhere around like the 54, ideally dollar cost at 52, and then the 48 would be very logical. And again, right, we are forming some sort of a similar pattern, right? Are we seeing the head and shoulder again? Because again, that's a negative pattern, which I hope that we don't get to. Or we could just do like a cup and handle. If there's a cup and handle, we're going to keep leaping up, right? I'm kind of 50-50 on which side we're going to, but we will be observing the pattern going forward to see what's the right maneuver we need to apply later on, right? So Dogecoin right now, we are 41 out of 70. We are forming a curvature right now. So ideally, I get a dollar cost average somewhere around 23 cents to the 20 cents would be much more logical from here. Cardano right now, again, the dip was at the 170 when we were very depleted, right? So right now, I'll probably wait until we cool back down. Cardano is not really doing anything by itself. It's basically dragged by the entire market. So that's not really, solely driven by Cardano, right? Like I keep saying. So it's really contingent on how the overall, key coins are going to be performing on leaping up, right? But right now, I think in terms of risk versus reward ratio, it's not a terrible level because the current level is an okay level. But if we break the current level right now, right, we gotta go back to the 145 if we break the pattern, right? So something to be cautious about, right? Solana up about 9% right now, basically matching this candle right here. And right now we are basically, try build new platform on the lack thereof that we have right now. We are reversing with the 51 out of 70. I think ideally just wait until we cool back down again, right, to the 130 to 113, like I keep saying over and over again. XRP is up about 4% right now. We basically contemplate, do we go up to 110 or go down to 101? I think 105 was the dip, right, which is something we have been talking about. It's just like at the more neutral level, right? And 101 was the dip, right? We're basically ping-ponging right now. But if we break the 110, we got to go up to the 117, which is the technical level that we see identified here. Polkadot right now is still bearish with the 43 out of 70. We are like falling off a cliff type of momentum with the MACD. So I think more bearishness is still coming. I think 33 to 25 is still the level to dollar cost average for Polkadot. Algorand is very, very messy. You could see clearly, like, where are we going? Do we go to 241 or do we go down to 140, 156? Very drastic change, I gotta say, right? This is like a flash deposit by a whale, which is like very different from a flash crash. Obviously, it's like a flash pump, and subsequently reverse back down, right? But right now, in terms of like what's the right level with the 50 out of 70, so ideally come back down again, right, to the 150, like 160 to 150 is still the safer area for us to dollar cost average, right? Shiba Inu, it's being pumped by because of the fact the whole market is going up right now. It's not really because of Shiba Inu by itself. And right now the technical is kind of out of the whack right now. Let me just double click on this right now. We're still at the 50, so ideally again, right, wait for this to cool off. This is kind of like a flash pump again, because of the whole market drag up, and Shiba Inu is like being more prone to surge at a higher percentage perspective because it's lower price entry level. So ideally dollar cost at again, right, the 27500 to the no 2750, not 27500, 2750 to the 900 from here. So respect the risk management level, like again, right, as we deplete RSI below 35, as we deplete to the preliminary golden cross, these are levels I've identified here for myself. You know, I'm more of a conservative investor that I always look for a better opportune time, a better opportune setup for me to incur risk, right? Right now, it's getting better than weeks ago or days ago, right? So that's something we appreciate, right? Because that will allow us to incur at logical risk level to further build up your position from here, right? So hopefully this is helpful on this Friday afternoon, or Friday morning, but depending on where you are, or night. Really appreciate you for dropping by again. I'll try to get better. Like I'm gonna probably rest my voice for the rest of the day, but my energy level is better, so that's a good thing. But my voice is still kind of muffled in a way right now. But yeah, so stay tuned and hope you guys have a good weekend ahead as well, and see you later.